Hello my friends and welcome to episode 8 of our Football Manager 2022 Build a Nation Save in Scotland. If you're new to this series and you're enjoying it, smash the subscribe button. We are on a push for 1,000 subscribers. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button. If you're not enjoying it, hit the dislike button. Let me know in the comments down below why or what you think of this series so far. Now, since the last episode we've been back in the transfer market and there's two reasons for that. One, my scouts are busy and they just find players randomly. Randomly, a guy that's never came up before. Here he is, similar to Cy Ferry, is a big upgrade on the guy we've already got, and we've taken the gamble. Two, we are currently under our wage bill, but I'm expecting next season our wage bill to be reduced drastically. The club is in a poor financial situation. We're about 300 grand in debt and increasing. We did, before things got really bad, they did pay for us to have a coaching course. We do have our first coaching licence now. They're not giving any more out. And I'm expecting big budget cuts over the next few seasons. I do think that if they take the budget down to about 1.5k, the club could still be competitive with a small squad. But I'm trying to make sure that we do have players in the club ready for next season, essentially. That can also do a job this season to help maybe attract a slightly better player for next season. So the first in is Will de Havilland. He was recommended to me by one of my scouts during the scouting meeting thing for January. He's solid. He's a similar sort of player to Whitehead, a bit slower, a bit worse in the air, but generally an upgrade all round. Slightly better when he actually wins the header, and he's only one worse for jump and reach. So that for me kind of sealed the deal. I'm not sure on him. He's played one game, I'm not sure. Although there's other factors to our recent form, so I will let you know on that. We've got Joe Hunt, who's a big upgrade on weight, who did sign a new contract for next season on a reduced deal. A lot of the players are being willing to do that, reduce their contract, even if it's only by £10 a week, you know, it helps. But Joe Hunt is coming in. He will now be our first choice. A right back, he's a big upgrade. You know, we're going from 1 passing or 2 passing or whatever it was to 8. 7 crossing. In fact, let's just have a comparison here with David Waite. There's your difference. There's your difference. I would call that a big upgrade. Similar physically, similar mentally and physically rather, and a big upgrade in his technicals other than the long shots, which Waite didn't really take anyway, and plus 4 long shots. Are you wanting a guy taking long shots? We improve our tackling, we improve our crossing, we improve our passing, vision goes up, teamwork goes up, slight reduction in determination, slight improvement in composure and bravery. You know, I just don't think, I think if we can get Joe Hunt playing well, the former Cheltenham man will do alright. He is regarded as a Highland League standard player, as is, I believe, Havilland. He's a good Highland League player. We also got in Callum Tappin. He played 1 game. He is a similar sort of situation, an upgrade on Scott Jury, who I really like, by the way. Unfortunately played 1 game and he is out for 4 to 5 weeks. We've been fairly injury free recently, or throughout this season. I don't think we had a single injury until about 3 or 4 games ago, and then we've had 3 big ones in quick succession. When I say big ones, I mean between 5 and 8 weeks. So, you know, not disastrous ones where they're out for 9 months and will stay out their contract injured, but ones that will hamper us and are all key players. So this guy Callum Tappin came in, got injured on his debut. He was, as I say, a big upgrade in terms of Scott Jury. Let's compare, just so you guys can see. That average number doubles in terms of the technicals. It improves in terms of the physicals and in terms of the mentals rather. And in terms of the physicals, it's a small reduction, which for a box-to-box role isn't ideal. You know, we're losing a bit of pace in that box-to-box role, which is why Scott Jury was a key target. But I think all the physicals make a big difference there. And the former Edinburgh City man will hopefully do us a bit of service when he gets fit again. Although the shooting and that does worry me a little bit. And then we've got Murray Irvine, who is just a young backup centre-back. Basically our centre-backs that we had out with the first team were very poor. Murray Irvine is a young guy who is very similar to Ara. He's sort of a mix between Aaron Muirhead and what's his name again? My brain just freezes with the names here. Rory Fraser. That's what I was thinking of. I knew it was Rory, I just couldn't think of his last name. He's sort of a mix between the two. You know, he's not best in everything, but he has a very solid backup with very good potential on a cheap wage. Currently a Highland League player. He is shown as a fullback. we will be playing him as a centre back. Basically. In terms of results, where did we leave? Borough Rangers is where we left. We then lost 3-1 to Huntly, and I was like, oh, this could go off the rails, because then I looked at our fixture list and seen we had Fortmantain, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and Rufus in the cup next. So it was basically, we played Annan, a League 2 side, Borough Rangers the best side in the league, Fortmantain, the league leaders, Huntly were third in the league, and Rufus were second in the league. It was something like that. It was basically, we were fifth at the time, and it was basically, let's play a League 2 team and all the teams that are above us in the league at one go. We lost to Huntly, unfortunately. I don't think we deserved to lose this game from memory. I'm trying to remember now. But as you see, yeah, stats very similar. We lost possession, slightly similar shots on target, similar XG. Fairly harsh result on us, but that's where the quality shines through. And a lot of these teams have League 1, League 2 standard players, as you expect at this level, because certainly my understanding in real life is a lot of the Highland and Logan League teams that certainly at the top end of the table are better than their League 2 and some Team 1 counterparts, which we've seen recently with Cove Rangers and Kelly Hearts, and their performances since coming up. We then played Fortmantain, the league leaders. We went 2-0 up. Mullen then missed a big chance for a hat-trick to make it 3-0, and unfortunately in the second half they came at us and they got 2 late goals. A bit disappointing. I should have maybe shut up shop, but I've not had to do that yet with this team, so I was fairly confident. And you know, even when they scored their 2 goals, we were still fairly in control of the game. But I don't think we can argue too much with this result. As you see, you know, we dominated the shots on target, but the XG was similar, so the chances we were conceding, as we tend to do, we concede the big chances. We then played a Rufus in the Highland Cup, and we went through. Jamie Winter scoring a penalty. They also scored a penalty. Michael Mullen got a brace. They had a player sent off, which did affect the game, I'm not going to lie, and then they scored with Harkness. But then we played Lossiemouth in the league again, an early sending off. We were already 1-0 up by that point, and we went on a bit of a rout. We got it to 4-2. Blair Docherty, Joe Gold, Rory Fraser, and Scott Judy on the score sheet. But the big loss here was Michael Mullen was out for 8 weeks with a knee injury. We've not won a game since, just to highlight that. We then played at Nairn County. We lost 3-2 after extra time in the Highland Cup quarter final. Disappointing here. They had 10 men from the 19th minute as well. Absolutely appalling performance from the boys. You know, we went 1-0 up, we then went 2-1 up, and we just couldn't see out, and then we lost it in injury time. We missed a penalty as well in this game. Absolutely fuming with this performance. And then we played Strathspey. We lost 2-0. I don't know how we lost this game. Never mind losing it 2-0. We just couldn't put a shot on target. Kemp said he's going to the end of the season. Bye, mate. Bye is literally the way I'm going to see that. He was been alright off the bench, but the 2 games he started have not been good enough. Today we are playing Brechin City, the former League 2 side. We will see you pitch side in just a second. Here we are, guys. Now the good news is Mullen is fit enough for the bench. I'm a bit surprised at that because he's still got 3 weeks left on his injury, but we have 13 goals in our starting lineup. Now granted that's because new players have came in and stuff. Mullen is sat on the bench with 17 goals. That's a big difference. So if we need him, we will not hesitate to jump him on. We are underdogs today, despite being at home. Brechin are the only team that match us for pass numbers in the league, and it's not close. Us and Brechin are miles ahead of everyone else in terms of possession and pass stats, pass completion stats, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not expecting to dominate the ball the way we normally do. Brechin have a higher standard of player than us, and that's not as a service to our players, that's just me being brutally honest. They also have a bigger budget than us and a similar system than us, obviously. So hopefully we can get a result. I can't remember what the result was earlier in the season. I don't think it was bad. That's poor from Kemp. He's got to be attacking that better. I don't expect him to win that header, but he has to attack it. Don't feel he attacked that great there. However, here come Brechin. McHattie down to Orr. Ross. Back into McHattie. Davidson. Grant. The other Orr. Just passing it around. See, this is what I mean. They match us for pass stats. So they could tire us out the way that we tire other teams out and then eventually win games. And, oh man, that not offside? Thomas Orr has scored for Brechin. I thought that was offside. It wasn't. It's just that slow defence costing us again. I just can't find quick defenders. I've been looking all over for a defender that improves us physically while not giving too much away elsewhere, and yeah, they don't exist. They just do not exist. I'm going to demand a bit more here. But our season is coming off the rails a little bit from such a strong positive start. You know, we could have gone top of the league if we had been able to beat Bora, which we dominated that game. And instead we're now looking at being in that mid-table fight as the Michael Orr, I think it was that time, with a strike hitting the bar, cleared away towards Kemp. And I do feel a lot of it is down to injuries. You know, Gould's a big injury, Mullen's obviously huge. The new lad, we should survive without him because, you know, Scott Jury's been brilliant this season, been one of our better players, so I can't be too critical on him. We are going to rest Michael Mullen, and we're going to bring on Morris as well, because your quart's not having a great game, let's be honest. So a couple of changes here. Son's knackered, but we can't do anything about that because we need him. Here he is whipping in a corner though. To Haaland, it's off the bar. Keeper's tapped onto the bar. What a save. What a time that would have been for his first goal. We don't deserve it. I mean, you look at the shots, we probably deserve it, but you know, I'm not going to be too harsh here. Cy Ferry's going to come off for Jamie Winter. As much as Cy Ferry's been a big upgrade in terms of stats, I'm not convinced he is performing better than what Jamie Winter did. Flanagan whips in. Oh, it's beautifully away by De Havilland, who I'm always going to pronounce that name wrong. Flanagan. Demias. Fraser. He has got a new contract as well, Demias, so do definitely have a good goalkeeper for next season. Docherty, Mullen, Jury, Morris, Son. Oh, it's poor from Son. Jack. Poor. McHattie. Ross. Berry. Davidson. Back to Berry. Back to Josh Jack, who scored against us a couple of times in the last game. Thomas Orr. Oh. I'm starting to feel like 2-0 is a bit harsh on us. We just don't score without Mullen though, and that's a problem. We need to find goals in the team. That's why guys like Sam Urquhart were brought in to add goals to the team, and it's not happened. Flanagan whips in, or Davidson. What? Demias with the save, bit of justice there. Can we defend this well? Thomas Orr whips back in. Morris, Flanagan blocked. Cleared away. Grant. They just keep coming. I feel the scoreline's harsh, but because of that penalty, the XG will tell us that they were miles in front. Excuse me, miles in front and whatnot. And I guess we probably don't deserve to win this game. I just feel like the scoreline's harsh. But, you know, Brechin are a better side than us. We've got key injuries in key positions, and we've not won a game since those injuries came in, so I'm going to try and lift the boys after this game. Unlucky boys not to be... Wasn't a great performance, was it? We still sit 7th in the league, so it's not a disaster. We're expected to finish 8th. We're ahead in Ayr and County by a point. Worst goal difference. In fact, in the top half, we have the worst goal difference of any team in the top half. We're not brilliant defensively. We don't create... Well, we create a lot of chances. We're just too reliant on an on-loan striker, which isn't great. However, guys, I am going to leave this episode here. We will come back next time, probably for... Let's come back for Bucky Thistle. I think that'll be a good one, and then we jump to the end of the season. So, we're back next episode for Bucky Thistle in mid-February. If you've enjoyed this episode, smash the like button, smash subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.